If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new songs in the description. Roddy Ricch, aka Roddy Ricch, is dropping his new album, Feed the Streets 3, this Friday on November 18th. So that is only in 2 days. He announced it a couple of weeks ago. Yesterday, I dropped a video going over everything that we know about this new album. Today, we're going to look at leaks, but as I said, I recommend you go check out that video. In there, we go over everything that we officially know about this thing. Today is going to be somewhat of more of like a leaks and theories type of video, as we sometimes do, but as always, the full playlist for this album is up on the channel. You can go check out every video that I made on this. Would definitely recommend that because a lot of, interesting stuff in there if you're a fan. But for now, let's jump into the leaks that we got for Feed the Streets 3. Let's get into it. So even before the album got announced, we had a couple of leaks and a couple of snippets going around. I want to focus on the main ones that a lot of them are now also confirmed to be on the actual record, which makes it even more interesting. So we're going to start out with one that's been around for quite some time. Now, a couple of weeks ago, he did a live stream, an IG live, where he previewed a couple of tracks. We're going to talk about 2 of them today, but I want to start with the first one that is King Size. And we know the title for this thing because it's also on the track list. I'm going to connect all the leaks to the track list and which ones are which tracks after I go through them all, but I just wanted to put that in there. Now, this track, you can look at the Reddit. I got this, video from the subreddit, the Roddy Ricch official fan subreddit, so you can go check it out there. Now, I believe that this song is also more of a song that it's kind of like a generic Roddy Ricch song. And I said this about some of the singles that he released, especially Aston Martin Truck. We're going to talk about them at the end a little bit too. Singles like that or like songs like that, I have the fear that Roddy will get lost in just, making the same type of song over and over again. Now, when you look at, albums like Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial or Feed the Streets 2, every track still had its own character, its own characteristic, its own individual, kind of personality, if you want to say something like that. That is something that, for example, Kanye or Jack Harlow, referencing Kanye, then talked about a lot when preparing their albums, that each track should feel like its own. And I have the fear that with singles like King Size or the snippet now, kind of gets lost like that. Now let's continue with a song that is supposedly called No Advice. Now, somebody on the subreddit also said that he basically confirmed this thing on the IG live that I was talking about. But interestingly enough, this No Advice track is actually a track that we also got an official snippet from. One of you guys pointed that out in the comments under yesterday's video. So shout out to your boy Connor, who said that No Advice is the Pressure snippet. He says no advice in the song, and he's absolutely right. And what he is referencing is a snippet that Roddy posted to Twitter that we just have a screen recording of his iPhone where he's playing the track as an audio file, and the title of this file is Roddy Ricch X Mustard Pressure. And in a second, when we're going to look at the track list, we can also see that there is a track called Pressure that is produced by Mustard, so it's confirmed to be this one. But that is an important thing I want to note. If you ever come across this snippet, No Advice, that is the Pressure track. I also want to reference another one of you guys that posted something under last video, which was Timo Maunula. Now, sorry for butchering your name. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. He said, Belly of the Beast is a very good snippet, and it's called Difference Is, and also Belly of the Beast is on YouTube. And that is completely right. If you look it up on YouTube and you kind of go to the snippets that we got for Belly of the Beast, which is the official name on the track list, but the snippet back in the day before the track list came out was called Difference Is, just because he's referencing both terms, both words in the actual, song. So that's why people maybe got confused about that. But this track though, this track is something that I'm very excited for. This is the only one of the snippets. Now, the Mustard one, I didn't go in detail on that one, but it's like official, so you can kind of look it up on his Twitter. That was like, all right. It was just something that we were expecting. Also just talking about like, jewelry and shit like that. But this one This Belly of the Beast one so far is my favorite snippet, even in combination with the singles of this entire thing. I have very high hopes for this track. It has at least it has a different bounce to it. Roddy is going out of his comfort zone a little bit, not just doing the same stuff over and over. So I really recommend, if you want to listen to leaks, which I guess you do if you've clicked on this video, that is the one that I would really recommend, Belly of the Beast, or Difference Is, as the previous title was, on YouTube. Just look it up. It's going to be the first one. It's also from the same live stream that the other ones were from. So that was like the main source we got on that. So make sure you go check that out, because that is the single, or that is the snippet, the song that I really have hopes for. And that kind of is like giving me a little hope, because all in all, I am worried about this record, not doing well. And I'm going to drop a completely different video on it. So make sure you're subscribed if you want to, watch that video on why I am extremely worried about this record and about Roddy's career afterwards. But this song, this got me in good spirits. Belly of the Beast is going to be a banger. Now let's look at the track list though. Let's connect all the leaks that we had to the track list and which, snippets they are. Now we're going to start out with the second track number 2, King Size, which is going to be the one that I showed y'all earlier. Now, even though the snippet is not officially called King Size, it's just a snippet from his IG Live, he does say the word king size in the track, so very, very likely this is going to be this track. Now, if we kind of go through, we're going to talk about the singles in a second, but Belly of the Beast is track 9, the one that I just talked about, that I am really, really hyped about. And the last one is track number 13, Pressure, produced by Mustard, which is the Pressure snippet that he posted on his Twitter. So that is kind of where all of these fit into the track list. I want to touch on the singles a little bit though, because obviously they are also part of the material that we got when we are going into this album. In total, there were, I believe it now, it's like 4 if you count Ghetto Superstars. I want to mention Ghetto Superstars real quick, because that is a single that didn't make the album. It was featuring G Herbo and Doughboy. It also wasn't that good. It actually did all right commercially, but Roddy could kind of tell that fans weren't messing with it as much, and to release it as the first single for an album would have kind of been, not as great of a move with that particular track, so he didn't. The second track, though, I think got a lot more fans excited, which is Stop Breathing, even though I believe it is not a very good song all in all. At least it had somewhat of a catchy hook, and I think it got now over like 17 million streams on Spotify, so it's at least doing somewhat well. And this is also on the track list as track number 10. Me just looking at it, so we can kind of already see that this is going to be on it. Second official single that we got was Aston Martin Truck, which I was not that happy about. It's an alright song if I'm just riding in my car and it comes on and I'm like, okay, let's roll with this one. But it's like the King Size one or the Pressure one of those snippets that it's just a generic Roddy Ricch song. There's no individuality about it. It doesn't tell me anything. I feel like I could just replace this by any other song and it would just, not even be noticeable. So that's kind of why I don't like this single as much. The last single that we got was Twin with Lil Durk only 2 days ago, which was kind of weird that he dropped it in the week that the album is dropping and took away the surprise of discovering the Lil Durk feature. Why would you do that? I mean, one of the reasons that I would want to go to this album for is to hear the 2 features, the Lil Durk and the Ty Dolla $ign feature, which are the only 2 features, and you're revealing one of them during the rollout week. Why would you do that? I don't get it from like a business standpoint. But anyway, that's the last single we got, which was also not that special, even though I like Durk's part quite a bit. So that's everything we got so far. These are the snippets, the leaks that we have, and how they are connected to the track list. Now what's interesting though, I want to know what you think about this. Are you excited for Feed the Streets 3? Have you listened to the snippets? Are you now going to? Which is your favorite of the snippets that we got? All of your thoughts on this, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.